think it's that classic question of how do I know whether it's the Lyme that's causing this or something else? And when does that matter?
I think that that really gets into the whole problem of testing. If you go back 40 or 50 years, nobody really knew what Borrelia was, right? Um, and, if back in the 60s, people were chronically ill. My grandfather had illness that I know now was chronic Lyme disease. He died in 76 before we even knew this bacteria existed. And then we started finding out, well, there are co-infections that come along with it. And then that list gets bigger, 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 bigger. And my list is well over 100 microbes long. So there are things that we know some things about, but there are probably just as many or more that we don't. And it's perfectly possible for someone to have all the symptoms of chronic Lyme disease and not be carrying Borrelia, have another spectrum of microbes, because you have a lot of overlap of different microbes that hit similar cells in the body. And I think that's a really, really important thing. It's never, ever, ever one thing. It may be one thing when you first get an acute infection, but whenever you say the word chronic, I don't even use the word chronic and infection together anymore. An infection is when a microbe first enters your body. That's when you get those acute symptoms at the tick bite or at the respiratory infection. But if you have chronic symptoms that have been going on a long time, that microbe has become an ill-fitting resident inside your body. And at that point, what's driving it is not the new infection. It's the fact that your cells are stressed, your body is stressed, your immune system is stressed, and you're not containing it anymore. Like I said in the beginning, you look at all these microbes, Bartonella, Borrelia, any of them, those things occur very commonly in people who aren't sick.
Right.
It is when your body is stressed, and what happens is you reach what I call the boiling point. And the boiling point is where you've got enough microbe activity going on in your body that is fueling stress, that's driving more microbe reactivation, and that's when it becomes a vicious cycle that it's hard to contain. And that's when no, just doing brain retraining is probably not going to get you where you need to be. You need long-term suppression to get that thing, but you also need to restore cellular health. You cannot get well with things that damage your cells. Really important to understand. So it's never just one microbe. There's a widespread of microbes that are possible. And I think through the years, that list will grow and grow. So there are definitely things that are possible that we can't test for.